Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan with a hot take on I Told You. 7 Antifa terrorists arrested on federal charges after weekend of carnage in Portland. I told you. I told you to get out. You didn't listen. This is from the Gateway Pundit from July 7th. Latest crop of terrorists arrested in Poland are about to learn that the feds are not going to placate them like the city and county do. 7 Antifa rioters were charged in a variety of federal crimes after multiple attacks on the Hatfield Federal Courthouse over the weekend. Federal courthouse they attacked. Unlike Multnomah County District attorneys who have a penchant for dropping charges on violent protesters, these suspects... Man, Gateway Pundit is pretty biased. These suspects will be facing federal prosecutors, and they want heads. Metaphorical heads. Official DOJ press release reads, Portland, Oregon, U.S. Attorney Billy J. Williams announced today that 7 people have been arrested on federal charges for their roles in the weekend riots at the Marco Hatfield U.S. Courthouse in Portland. According to the documents, since May 26, 2020, protests in downtown Portland have regularly been followed by nightly criminal activity, including assaults on law enforcement officers, destruction of property, looting, arson, and vandalism. Rowan Olson, 19 of Portland, is charged with disorderly conduct, creating a hazard on federal property, and failing to obey a lawful order. That seems pretty weak. But creating a hazard on federal property, yeah, you can't do that kind of stuff on federal property. Shant Sign Ahuja, 28 of Oceanside, California, is charged with destruction of federal property. Oof, that's big. That one's time. Andrew Stephen Faulkner of 24 of Beaverton, Oregon. Gretchen Margaret Blank, 29 of Seattle, Washington. Christopher Fellini, 31 of Portland. Cody Porter, 28 of Portland. And Tamaine James Teo, 24 of Eugene, Oregon, are charged with assaulting federal officers. Oof. Oof. Big oof. That's no good. Man, you cannot put your hand on a federal officer. You are in big trouble. Oh, the Hatfield Federal Courthouse has been a repeated target of vandalism, sustaining extensive damage. U.S. Marshals Service deputies and officers from the Federal Protection Service, Homeland Security Investigations, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection are working to protect the courthouse, have been subjected to threats, aerial fireworks, including mortars, high-intensity lasers targeting the officers' eyes, thrown rocks, bottles and balloons filled with paint from demonstrators while performing their duties. Wow. Wow, you guys are not going to get any sympathy from the judge. So you might as well chant your Marxist rants while you're in court. On July 2nd and 3rd, 2020, Olson is accused of using his body to push on and hold a glass door at the Hatfield Courthouse closed, preventing officers from exiting the building and causing the door to shatter. With the door broken, a mortar of firework entered the courthouse, detonating near the officers. The officers used shields and their bodies to block the open doorway for approximately 6 hours until the demonstrators dispersed. Dude, you are so screwed. On July 4th, 2020, Ahuja, this was all on different days. Ahuja is accused of willfully destroying a closed-circuit video camera mounted on the exterior of the Hatfield Courthouse. Yeah, you can't do that. Especially when you do it. I mean, it's one thing to do it locally, but you're on federal property, dude. Federal property. You're going up against Trump. You might as well have Trump, ask Trump if he'll drop the charges. July 5th, 2020, Blank is accused of assaulting a federal officer with a shield while the officer was attempting to arrest another protester. Big oof. Big oof. You don't put your hand on a federal officer. On July 5th and 6th, 2020, Faulkner, Fellini, Porter, and Teo were accused of assaulting federal officers with high-intensity lasers. At the time of his arrest, Faulkner also possessed a sheet-head machete. Oof. Well, that alone is going to get you in some trouble. At least it would in New Jersey. I don't know about Oregon. And the lasers, man, that's just lame. That is just lame. that they got you on that. That's what you're going to do? Shine lasers into the officer's eyes? That's just lame, dude. It's just lame. All 7 defendants made their first appearance in federal court July 6, 2020, and were released pending trial. A criminal complaint is only an accusation of a crime, and a defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. These cases are being investigated jointly by the U.S. Marshals Service, FBI, U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Federal Protective Service, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and Homeland Security investigations. Oh, yeah, you guys got a great chance of getting out from under this. Their lawyers must be, my God. Oh, and here are pictures of some of the stuff that happened. Jeez, looks like a war zone. Knife, lighter, laser, mace, and mace seized from suspect Andrew Faulkner. Oof. Oof. Big oof, dude. You're in trouble. Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to argue to the judge that you were doing other than causing mayhem with all this stuff on you? Wow, they got pictures of everything on here. The Oregonian adds, a wrestling match ensued last Thursday night between federal officers inside the Mark O. Hatfield Courthouse downtown and a handful of demonstrators tugging on the front glass door before it shattered, followed by fireworks thrown into the building, according to an affidavit filed in court on Monday. Dude, this is a federal courthouse. You can't do this. You can't do this. You're facing years in the federal pen. Your life is done. Okay? Yeah, you're going to get out in probably 5 to 7 years. Trump will be out of office by then. This will all be over. No one will remember what the hell Antifa was by the time you get out of jail. And good luck getting a job when you explain you threw explosives into a courthouse. Jesus. I mean, this is just unbelievable. And I've seen these riots. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just the people who are too slow. They get caught. This is what always happens. Okay? When you embrace the violence, they have their pick of who to arrest. They're just going to arrest the guys they can catch. That's it. Ah, they got 7. Today they got 7. Tomorrow they'll get some more. They're just going to slowly start picking you off. Yeah. Give it up. Do not do this anymore. These people are in big trouble. Maybe the feds will arrest Vichy Mayor Ted Wheeler, says the article, the various police commanders who routinely cede their city to the terrorists, and the DAs who routinely drop charges on the terrorists for all of their roles in aiding and abetting terrorists. I think you're using the word terrorist too much, Gateway Pundit, but I understand why you're saying that. I mean, oh, and listen to this. At the time of his arrest, Olson was on probation from September convictions in Multnomah County for aggravated harassment and criminal mischief. He was accused in May 2019 of spitting on an officer and threatening him with a skateboard while interfering with the police arrest of another man for alleged assault, according to court records. Oh, you're so screwed, dude. How are you going to make a case to the judge? What is your lawyer going to say, man? Well, this time he was just out to go get ice cream. I mean, assault on a federal officer? You're shining lasers into their eyes? I mean, you think the video cameras they have at the courthouse, there's only one? There's video of this everywhere. You guys are proud of this. They've got your Facebook. They've obviously got the lasers, I assume, probably on your person. You got eyewitnesses, the cops themselves. You have no credibility. You have no sympathy from the judge, from any human being who would be on a jury. How are you going to possibly spin this? You're gonna go into court and tell the judge about all your woke BS about BLM. You guys don't even believe in BLM. Black Lives Matter, it's just a cover for you idiots. You're hardcore Marxist. And now, here's the downside. Oh, you had your fun. Now you're going to federal penitentiary. You're going to be locked up. Then what? You're not going to have access to your fireworks or your laser pointer or your bear mace. You're not going to be able to hide your face. You're not going to be able to hide and go run home. It's just going to be you in there with no friends. You're not going to be able to hide behind the collective. You're going to be joining a collective. And that's the real ironic thing here. A lot of these Antifa guys, you know, they're racial collectivists just like the neo-Nazis are. Only their version of racial collectivism is different from, say, the neo-Nazis. But, you know, in prison, in federal prison, some of these guys are gonna have to join those guys just to survive. Just to survive. I mean, and all you had to do is say, you know what, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? Why would I throw firecrackers at a courthouse, at a cops? This isn't the way to achieve real change. You guys are screwed. You've ruined your lives. You're not going to get out from under this. The feds want heads. Now they got 7 more. They want numbers. They want big numbers. They want Trump at his speech a couple of months from now to be able to say, we've caught over 250, 500, 1,000 members of Antifa and put them in prison. That's what he wants to say. That's what the feds are gunning for. They're gunning for numbers. And you idiots opened the door, and now they're coming for all of you. And you can keep hiding behind your mask. They'll just pick you off one at a time. Until finally, there's only about 10 or 20 of you, and they just surround you all, and then they get the rest of you. And that's it. That's it. The smart ones, if you got half a brain, get out of this. Burn your hoodie. Delete your accounts. Delete everything. And never go to another one of these meetings with your Antifa cell or whatever. Because if you're in a cell and a member of that cell does something and you supported them in any way and it's a federal crime, you could be sucked in too. I feel bad. I feel bad for you people. I really do. Because you're trapped in a ridiculous ideology, a pointless ideology, and you're being used. You're being used by the Democrats. You think you're using them? No. No. They just think you're the useful idiots because you're going to cause some carnage for Trump. Trump is going to smash you. You're not really causing carnage. You're causing carnage for the Democrats. You'll bring down the Democrats. I don't know what that's going to do. I get it. You want to topple the state. It's not the way the United States works. We're not that fragile. You guys are going to prison. I told you.